The Lost Cat. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a little girl named Mia. Mia was 7 years old, and she loved animals. She had a pet cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was a fluffy gray cat with bright green eyes. Mia and Whiskers played together every day after school. They chased butterflies, climbed trees, and took long naps in the sun. One sunny afternoon, Mia came home from school. She called out, "Whiskers! Where are you?" But Whiskers did not come. Mia looked under the table, behind the curtains, and in her room, but Whiskers was not there. Mia felt sad. Where could my cat be, she thought. Mia decided to go outside to look for Whiskers. She walked through the garden and called, "Whiskers! Whiskers!" She looked by the flowers and around the trees, but there was still no sign of her cat. Just then, Mia saw her friend Tom playing in the park. "Have you seen Whiskers?" Mia asked him. Tom shook his head. "No, I haven't seen her, but let's look together." They walked to the park and called, "Whiskers, come here!" They looked behind the swings, under the slide, and near the bushes. Suddenly, they heard a soft meow. "Did you hear that?" Tom said with excitement. "It came from over there." They followed the sound of the meow. It led them to a big tree. There, on a branch, was Whiskers. She was stuck and looked a little scared. Mia climbed the tree carefully. "Hold on, Whiskers, I'm coming." She reached for Whiskers and gently picked her up. Whiskers was safe. Mia hugged her tightly and said, "I was so worried about you." Tom smiled. "You found her. You are a brave girl, Mia." They went back home together. Mia was very happy to have her cat back. From that day on, Mia always made sure to keep an eye on Whiskers. They played happily together, and Whiskers never wandered off again. And so, Mia learned to take care of her beloved cat. They were the best of friends and lived happily ever after. Lost and Found. Once upon a time in a quaint little town, there lived a young girl named Mia. Mia had a loyal companion, a fluffy golden retriever named Buddy. They did everything together, playing fetch in the park, going for long walks, and snuggling on the couch during rainy days. Buddy was more than just a dog. He was Mia's best friend. One sunny Saturday afternoon, Mia and her family decided to have a picnic at the local park. They packed sandwiches, fruit, and Buddy's favorite treats. Mia was excited. She knew Buddy loved being outdoors. As soon as they arrived at the park, Mia threw a frisbee for Buddy. He chased it with joy, his golden fur shining in the sunlight. Everyone laughed and cheered as he returned, proud of his catch. While they were enjoying their picnic, Mia noticed a small group of children playing with a balloon. Curious, she went over to join them, not realizing Buddy was trotting behind her. After some time, she turned around and didn't see him anywhere. Panic surged through her. "Buddy, where are you?" she called out, but there was only silence. Mia searched everywhere, her heart racing. She looked under picnic tables, behind bushes, and even asked other families if they had seen him, but Buddy was nowhere to be found. Tears filled her eyes as the sun began to set. Just when she thought her heart would break, Mia spotted a flash of golden fur by the tree line. She ran towards it, calling out, "Buddy!" To her relief, there he was, happily sniffing around, his tail wagging like crazy. He had been chasing a squirrel. Mia scooped him up in her arms, tears of joy streaming down her face. "I was so scared," she exclaimed, hugging him tightly. From that day on, Mia kept Buddy close, always making sure he was by her side. They learned a valuable lesson. Even when we feel lost, we can always find our way back to what we love, as long as we never give up. And that bond, stronger than ever, transformed their friendship into an unbreakable connection. Lucy the Low Cow. Once upon a time on a sunny farm, there lived a cow named Lucy. Lucy was different from the other cows. While most cows were tall and strong, Lucy was short and a bit round. Her friends Bella, Daisy, and Rose were all proud of their height and looked down at Lucy from time to time. They would say, "Lucy, you can't jump over the fence. You're too low." At first, Lucy tried to jump high like her friends, but it never worked. This made her feel sad. One day, feeling discouraged, Lucy wandered away from the herd to a quiet spot under a large oak tree. She watched the birds flying high above and sighed. "Why am I not tall like them?" she thought. Suddenly, A wise old owl perched on a branch nearby spoke to her. "Why are you sad, little cow?" Lucy looked up and said, "I wish I could be taller like the other cows. I feel small and unimportant." The owl chuckled softly and replied, "Being low has its own special advantages. You can see things that high animals can't." Curious, Lucy asked, "Like what?" The owl smiled and said, "Follow me." Lucy followed the owl to a nearby meadow. When they reached the tall grass, the owl encouraged her to look closely at the ground. To Lucy's surprise, she saw tiny flowers and colorful butterflies hidden beneath the tall blades. "Wow, I never would have noticed these beautiful things if I were taller," exclaimed Lucy. The owl nodded. "Every creature has its unique gifts. Your height helps you see the little wonders of the world. Embrace who you are." Feeling inspired, Lucy thanked the owl and returned to her friends. The next day at the farm, while the other cows tried to jump over fences and reach the highest apples in the tree, Lucy explored the colorful flowers and collected beautiful little stones. She happily shared her discoveries with the herd. Slowly, Lucy's friends started to see her differently. They realized that her special perspective allowed her to find beauty and joy in things they overlooked. From then on, they all celebrated their differences. Lucy, the low cow, found her place in the herd and taught her friends that everyone has something unique to offer. And so, Lucy lived happily on the farm, proud of who she was, surrounded by friends who loved her just the way she was. In the end, Lucy learned that true happiness comes from accepting yourself and appreciating your special gifts.